So you just thought you could like commit murder in Jamaica and then run away to the United States of America and you would be safe. The United States of America of all places? Listen, anyhow, I'm not going to say the brother is guilty because I don't even know what murder he committed. And I did my due diligence research trying to find the story. So anybody who knows the story to the situation that he was caught up in before he ran off to the United States of America, please send me the link so I can dig deeper. Pause. Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Here's another situation. You know, I do these stories just to serve as an example because I don't want to see my brothers and sisters get caught up in the web. You know what I mean? And the long arms of the law seems to be global these days. There's somebody who was scamming in the United States of America. He ran to the back parts of some unknown country in Africa and they found him on the continent and extradited him back to the United States of America. So I'm just trying to say, long run, short catch is actually really real. ERO Philadelphia arrests a Jamaican citizen wanted for murder in Jamaica. You know how a lot of times we always say, wow, they're always coming to Jamaica to arrest and extradite our Jamaican citizens. How come nobody is getting arrested in America and being extradited back to Jamaica? What that kind of looks like was the U.S. could jump into Jamaica anytime it feels like, take out the citizens that they feel are guilty of something, and bring them to the U.S. to face charges. Well, how come Jamaica can't do the same with the U.S.? Well, apparently they can. And here is a perfect example of them doing it. ERO, by the way, will be explained to you in a minute. U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement and Removal Operations Officers. That is what the ERO is. U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement and Removal Operations Officers. They enforce the immigration laws and they are responsible for the removal of persons out of the United States of America for whatever reason once you're deemed that you should not be in the U.S. These officers and the U.S. Marshals Services deputies, they arrested a foreign fugitive in Philadelphia December 17th of 2024. It was discovered that this fugitive is wanted for murder in Jamaica. He remains in ERO custody pending his removal from the United States. You know, this process is not as simple. They don't just grab you on Monday, put you on a plane, and you're in Jamaica on Tuesday. It's a process. They have to communicate with the Jamaican government. The Jamaican government has to communicate back with them, say, yes, we are ready to receive him. Here's the, whatever they have to do back and forth until all paperwork is solid and then he is sent on his way. This is a lot of experience, life lessons for Jayvon Anthony Ford to be going through at just 23 years old. I could tell you a million things that I was doing at 23 years old, but I'm glad that running from a murder charge and being caught in a foreign country and getting extradited back to my country of birth was not one of them. He is a citizen of Jamaica. It was confirmed. He has been living in Philadelphia in the United States, and he was arrested during a targeted enforcement operation without incident. He did not put up a fight. He wasn't trying to run. They cornered him. They surprised him. He surrendered. That is that. He is in custody. They put out a statement that said Ford's arrest should send a clear message to anyone who attempts to flee prosecution in their home country that you will be caught and you will be returned to your country to face justice. This is the acting ERO Philadelphia Field Officer Director Brian McShane words, quote unquote, quote, "This arrest marks the fourth foreign fugitive that our officers have arrested in the last 2 weeks alone, highlighting their tireless pursuit to protect the homeland." In other words, if you're wanted for criminal activities in your country, please don't think that running to the United States of America is going to save you. They have lots of resources here and lots of, as far as officers and time and money put into finding you wherever you are in the U.S. and returning you to your country. In other words, he's trying to say, please go somewhere else. I don't know where else to go, but don't come here. Our goal is to protect the United States of America, and the idea is if you're the type of person that frivolously committed murder in the country that you were born and raised in, you're probably going to end up doing the same thing in the United States of America, and they don't want you here. Now, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers, they encountered Ford, the 23-year-old Jamaican, in a place that is called San Isidro. They encountered him in San Isidro or San Isidro, California, in July 18th of 2022. So he ran into Customs Border and Border Protection back in 2022. I guess this is when he snuck into the country when the borders were open. Well, he didn't sneak in. As you can remember, the borders were open, right? And a lot of people were just walking across the border. And how were they sorting these people out? Remember, Donald Trump was saying that there were a lot of criminals who are coming from these foreign countries and they're just walking right into the United States of America and they're not being vetted. Well, it seems like Ford, the 23-year-old Jamaican wanted for murder in Jamaica, was one of these people. So he crossed the border that way. And while he was crossing, of course, he came across the U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers in California. July 18th, 2022. He was enrolled in what is known as the Alternative to Detention Smart Link program. That naturally speaks for itself. Alternative to detention, meaning instead of us locking you up in a detention center, we're going to go with an alternative. Kind of like, self-explanatory. Alternative to Detention Center program. It's a Smart Link program. And they got him in there July 18th of 2022, processed him through, and he was out July 19th of 2022. But they did not know that he was wanted for murder in Jamaica. Now, his participation comes under certain conditions, like you have to report to a certain location or you have to be on call. You can't just go rogue and they can't find you if you are on this Alternative to Detention Smart Link program. Most people who are on it are a lot of people who are honest. They just want to be here. They're claiming asylum. They just want to go to work, take care of their family. Some of them are running from countries where they're really in danger, or they're having turmoil in their country. So they'll just sit and wait due process until their paperworks work out. Well, for him, his participation in the program was terminated on June 27th of 2023. Remember, when they got him in California in July 18th of 2022, he was already processed in 24 hours and let go into the United States of America. I bet that moment he was like, yes, I made it. And then his participation in the program was terminated June 27th of 2023. So from July 19th of 2022 to June 27th of 2023 marks a year, roughly, when his participation was terminated after he failed to abide by the terms and conditions of the alternative program and an immigration judge. They were looking for him. They could not find him. So an immigration judge ordered Ford to be removed from the United States of America in absentia on July 24th, 2023. In absentia, meaning when the judge came up with the ruling against him to be removed, he was not present to hear it. Right? So now he's on the list where they go looking for him as one of those illegal immigrants. And there are many of those. Donald Trump has said when he takes office on the 20th of January 2025, these deportations starts on day one of his time in office. And he also said that these are the people who are at the top of his list. The criteria to be at the top of the list: a criminal or somebody who has a deportation order already against them. Not one pending, as in your case is still before the courts. Those people, they're lower down on the list and they're going to have to fight, right? But for him, he has 2 strikes already. One, you're wanted for serious crime, murder, and your home country of Jamaica is in connection with the United States of America. They're working hand in hand, and they have exchanged information that you are a wanted fugitive in Jamaica for murder, and you ran away because of that. And then you are also absconding because they placed you in this program so they can monitor you as an immigrant until they get your paperwork straight and your story together, and you ran off. But the only reason he might have ran off is because what? He ran off because he knew that eventually they would probably figure out that that's why he left Jamaica. Because they don't just give you paperwork. They check back with your country of origin to see if anything is going on there that you are really running from something or not. Is this a wanted criminal? Is this a terrorist from your country? They check back. And he knew that. So he ran off. Well, based on the fact that he ran off, the judge said, we can't find him. When you do find him, deport him out of the country. So he had a deportation order coming already anyways, if they had found him, without the Jamaican law enforcement officials actually telling the U.S., hey, we want him for murder too. They were going to deport him anyways regardless. ERO is one of ICE's 3 operational directorates and is the principal federal law enforcement authority who is in charge of domestic immigration enforcement. I know, that was for the people who are saying, who the hell is ERO? I know ICE, but who is ERO? Well, ERO has a different mission. Their mission is to protect the homeland through the arrest and the removal of those who undermined the safety of U.S. communities and the integrity of U.S. immigration laws, and its primary areas of focus are interior enforcement operations, management of the agency's detained and non-detained population, and repatriation of non-citizens who have received their final orders of removal. That's their entire job description in full. These are the people that he is now with. ERO's workforce consists of about 7,700 law enforcement officials and non-law enforcement support personnel across 25 domestic field offices and 208 locations across the nation, 30 overseas postings, and multiple temporary duty travel assignments along the U.S. border. Jeez. Listen, if they don't catch you, I don't know. Then you were meant to not be caught. But, you know, I have a place for and an understanding for people who run off, because I'm not trying to encourage illegal immigration. I'm just saying I'm sympathetic to those who run off trying to look for a better life, because things are hellhole where they're from, right? Everybody wants to live happy. Everybody wants to, well, most people anyways, good people want to see their full potential, want to work and earn and, live in a safe environment and these things. And unfortunately, some countries cannot provide that for their citizens, so they run to a country that can. But for those who are just criminals through and through, and they'll be a criminal anywhere they go, so they commit a crime here and they run there, and they commit a crime there and they run here. Those people, I don't have any sympathy for. It is what it is. When you do what you do, you know the consequences that comes with it. With that said, though, I will say this. I do not know the situation surrounding Giovanni Anthony Ford's murder charge in Jamaica. Therefore, I am not classifying him as guilty or innocent. I'm just saying, here's another example of somebody who is on the run that got caught, thought he was hiding well, and they were better at finding him than he was at hiding himself. So, use this as a deterrent. And according to them, if you're doing something bad and you're running to the US thinking this is a good place to hide, the message says it is not. Good luck to him when he gets back to Jamaica, man. Hope he works it out. I hope it ain't what they say it is. But if it is, then I hope justice is served also. Leave your comments in your comment section below, and I'll catch you on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. Walk good. Be good. I'm out. Peace.